Welcome back, YouTube. Give you a little update on the gamo wildcat whisper. Um, last few days I've had a bad head cold, and you probably still hear my voice rattling and everything. Um, but I'll just give you a little review on it and what's been going on and everything. And tell you what little bit I got to shoot it. I ain't got to shoot it much because, like I say, I've had this cold. The rifle itself seems to be a good shooting rifle. Um, but one of the problems I'm having with it is the on the dial pins on the scope keep backing up off of the scope. Not on the railing itself, but the pins here. They seem to keep loosening up after you shoot it 10 to 15 times. Especially them front two will get loosey. I'll get it dialed in, can hit a dime size target 3 out of 4 shots at 20 yards. It's according to the pellet though. So the pellets make a big difference. That's with the with the flat pellet, the wad cutters, and I just got these in the other day. The Magnum seem to be working pretty good. The hollow points, now these seem to be shooting exceptionally well in the rifle. They will hold a grouping, but all of them after a few shots seem to start going off to the left. And what I noticed after somewhere in between 8 to 15 shots, the screws would get loose. So what I did was put some Loctite in there yesterday. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, to try to hold them, keep them secure to where they won't loosen and backing out. On these, I've learned from watching other videos on YouTube, these spring piston or gas piston air rifles have a double recoil, and they will spring forward, and it's like them hitting a brick wall and coming to a dead stop at 100 miles an hour. Well, you got that scope sitting on there. Well, on a high-powered rifle or firearm, a lot of time I shoot a 300 Magnum deer hunting. Its recoil is backwards, and that's all it gives is a backwards kick. And you take a heck of a kick now from that 300 Magnum. But on these spring guns, these scopes, a lot of them I don't think are used to taking a forward recoil, coming to a dead stop at say 100 miles an hour to a dead stop, then going in reverse and backing up and stopping. So it's getting a double jolt this way, then back that way. Say this way at 100, and I'm not sure back this way, maybe 50 miles an hour. You know, I'm not sure, but it's getting a double jolt. But this is some of the stuff I'm learning as I'm going, and y'all can learn with me. And if y'all have any ideas or anything on that, then y'all let me know. But when I would kind of get it dialed in, these are some of the pellets I tried. But like I say, the Magnum, Gamo Magnum, the Premier Hollow Point and the Gamo Hunter so far have held the best pattern, but now I can't say that for sure because the rifle is not staying zeroed in because of the scope. Excuse me. Like I said, I got a cold. But I've also heard them say on there, some of them say to put a high-priced dollar scope on the rifles that you know will hold up for a while, that none of them are going to hold up forever on one of these air guns. I don't know about that because I'm not going to spend $130, $140, $150 on an air gun and then go out and spend $300 or $400 on a scope. I mean, that's just not in my kind of budget. I go out and buy 2 or 3 cheap scopes, use them up, and keep sending them back before I'll spend more money in a scope than what I got in my rifle. Because I didn't do that on my high-powered rifles, and I don't expect to do that on a pellet gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't like I'm out there hunting deer, moose, or something, or a trophy of a lifetime with a pellet gun. But a lot of things come into play when you're talking about these springers or these gas piston air guns. You don't shoot them the same way you do ordinary rifle. I looked that up and found that out, and I'd found it out myself by shooting in the yard, practicing with it. You hold it a whole lot different. But if I can get the camera set up and set over here, Grace, can you come hold this for me for a minute? And I'll try to give you example of what I'm talking about. Get my wife to hold the camera for me for a minute. Excuse my coughing, because like I said, I got a bad cold. One of the first things, from what I can understand, this rifle does not like a hard surface. This right here is soft, real soft, very soft. This up here, if you notice, I covered it with a wash rag. This part here is kind of hard on my wrist. The rifle, from what I can understand, does not like nothing hard. That's why if you're going to be shooting it in a brace or anything, do not shoot it, cover it with something soft so the rifle can rest. Never try and strap this rifle down to hold it down tight, because it will not shoot accurate, it will not shoot true. I can promise you that, because I tried that. I didn't do it on my high-powered rifles, my 7mm 08, 30-06, 300 Magnum, but when it started, this rifle started shooting off, I tried it with it just to see would it work. Then I learned out later I was doing it wrong. So this rifle, to be an air gun, shoots totally different than a firearm. Because, like I said, it's got the double recoil. It's slamming forward with that piston at a high rate of speed, then coming back. Okay. The artillery hole. They recommend you let this rifle rest on its own. Don't hold anything down, because even with my 300 Magnum, I don't really hold it down. I just place my fingers up there just a little bit to rest them on it and just kind of hold it smooth. But in And this is not recommended for that. Not even to hold anything anywhere up here. It's recommended that you just balance it, let the rifle do all the work. Let the rifle itself do the work. If you're going to shoot it and you don't have a rest or a bench, don't pull it tight against your shoulder. Let it be light against your shoulder, smooth rest, open hand. Balance the rifle. Try to let the rifle balance itself. You just pull the trigger. Let the barrel rifle, do not try to hold it still. Get it on your target, let the rifle do the work. Another way I used to shoot mine that I never heard them say of on here or on YouTube or anywhere. When I used to shoot my pellet gun years ago, the old one, I can't remember the number, but it was the pump up pellet gun. I used to turn my hand like this sometimes and shoot it with my hand turned the opposite way. And I don't see nothing wrong with turning your hand that way and bracing it. As long as you're not holding it down, bracing to it where it can't move. Just something to rest the barrel on. Let the rifle do the work. Let it be precision. But that's just some of the things I've learned so far, and we will learn together as we go about these. I mean, I'm used to shooting high-pipe rifles, 30-06s, 243s. With these pellet guns, with these Springer actions, are totally different. And it's a new world, new way of it doing, because it slams forward then back instead of slamming back with a kick. You don't pull it tight against your shoulder. You let it rest and let the rifle do the work, and don't move them. But as I learn, and if this works with the Loctite, I will let you know. If not, I'll have to go to some different rings or something to mount the scope down, double rings or triple rings or something, or another scope. But I'm not going to spend the money in scopes at what some of them are spending and what costs them more than my rifle. But anyhow, if you enjoyed this or whatever, give us a like. If it's helpful to you, give us a like. Comment on our channel if there's anything you can do to give me some pointers. Like I say, I'm new to the Springer air guns. This one's the IGT system, but it basically works the same. So we're here to learn along with you and to give you information as we go. So like and subscribe, and see you next time, YouTube.